Now that you understand clause structure and you understand correct punctuation use, it's time to look at some of the common errors that people make with punctuation. 3 terms to define are comma splice, sentence fragments, and run-on sentence. These are all errors. A comma splice is a comma placed between 2 independent clauses. This is unfortunately a very common type of error. In editing, many people will write CS next to this type of error. Here are some examples. Late in the evening, the party was still going strong, comma. Nobody was ready to go home. The second comma is the comma splice, the error. The first comma is correct. It is correct to place a comma after an introductory phrase. Late in the evening is an introductory phrase. But the party was still going strong is an independent clause. And nobody was ready to go home is another independent clause. So the comma between those 2 independent clauses is weak. It's not a strong enough punctuation choice, and it's incorrect. Here's another one. Open the curtains, comma. Please turn on the lights. Why is this a comma splice? Open the curtains is an independent clause, and please turn on the lights is another independent clause. Are you sure? Yes. Where's the verb? Open. Turn on. Where's the subject? Who open? Who turn on? In this case, the implied subject is you. It's the imperative form. However, it's an independent clause. Open the curtains. What should we have here instead of a comma? Perhaps a semicolon. But as we talked about, a comma is just not a correct choice. So the error is called a comma splice. A sentence fragment does not contain a full subject and verb, or it may be a dependent clause only. A fragment is just a piece. A sentence fragment is just a piece of a sentence. It's not complete. In editing, many people will write SF. I'm going to change this right now. Many people will write SF next to this type of error. For example, because we had already finished, period. This is a sentence fragment because it is only a dependent clause. Or, was a really nice party. This is a sentence fragment because the subject is missing. What subject should we include? It. It was a really nice party. Then the sentence would be complete. Finally, a run-on sentence is 2 independent clauses without any punctuation, separating or defining them. In editing, many people will write RO next to this type of error. Examples: I don't think so, that's not right. Where is the separation? I don't think so. That is the end of the first independent clause. That's not right. That is the second independent clause. There should be some punctuation between them, but there isn't. That's why this is a run-on sentence. Or, every student had his own dictionary, no one had to share. Let's find the end of the first independent clause. Every student has his own dictionary. End of the first independent clause. No one had to share the second independent clause. Do you see how this runs on with no correct punctuation between them? Run-on sentence. As a final note, this discussion of comma use in this document is only focusing on commas used with clauses. There are many other rules for comma use which you will need to learn or be familiar with.